Well, we've all heard the expression, you've got to see it to believe it. Even then, some people don't believe their eyes when our next guest performs. Dan Sperry is often described as a cross between Marilyn Manson and David Copperfield. That's quite an arc. The world-renowned illusionist and Minnesota native has brought his jaw-dropping, mind-blowing act to the Ordway, and we're delighted to welcome him to the show this afternoon. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Come by.
Litchfield, St. Cloud area, coming back home here. This is
Minnesota.
Great. Yeah. The big springboard for you, America's Got Talent. Describe what that did to your life.
Well, it was an opportunity to be on TV, but kind of up until then, my demographic that I performed for usually may have been a bit more narrow. So what it did is, because it was on like a normal show, a wider age demographic was introduced to kind of, you know, the type of magic that I've kind of just been doing for a while now, and so that opened up a lot more doors and just, you know, all that.
Well, Dan, where did the interest in magic come from, and when did that start?
Here in Minnesota, when I was about 4, my grandparents took me to see David Copperfield. And he was at like the State Theater or something, and he used to do this bit where he would get like chained to a table, and there'd be a big like spinning buzz saw, and he'd have to get out before the saw came down, and then supposedly something goes wrong, and you see him get cut in half without any boxes or anything like that. So at 4, I'd only seen like a birthday clown or like a magician come to the school, and so seeing this, I thought like some guy who I'd never heard of tried to do something, and he screwed it up and he died, and I freaked out. And we had to like leave the theater, and I just had problems, and yeah. But I'm better now.
But you stayed with it, obviously, and you practiced and experimented, and you've made a name for yourself.
Wow.
You are participating in a show with, you're one of 7 illusionists from around the world.
Yeah.
Talk about the show.
Well, the show started, actually, it was created about 3 years ago for the Sydney Opera House. And it was supposed to be just a one-off, like, kind of special event thing. And it, like, blew up and sold, you know, way better than they thought. It was sold out before the show even really opened. And they added extra shows. And then it really snowballed. And so we've toured all over the world. But then we just came to Broadway. And this is our first time in touring America. And we went to Broadway for 6 weeks. And now we're going on our 30-city tour.
And the most people ever, I guess, on Broadway of seeing a magic.
Yeah. There's been a lot of really great magicians that have been on Broadway and with their shows, and our show has been the best-selling one out of all of them.
We're thrilled, and again, we'll tell people more about the Ordway. Are you going to do something for us today? What would you like to show us?
Okay, we can do something really fast, something really quick. It's just easy. I figured I'd make it easy and traditional, so we're going to do something
Easy's good
with a deck of cards. Yeah. And whatnot. So your job's just going to be the pick a card guy.
Absolutely,
it's
I can
real
do
easy.
that. All right.
So all you just got to do is
pick a card.
Yeah, you just grab one and you reach one and you take it out.
Okay.
Now, so we know it's yours. I want you to take the pen and sign your name on the face of it. That's not the red
on the
side.
Face.
Not the red side. That's the white side. I'll look away. I don't want you to think like I'm trying to do anything weird.
All right. Okay.
When you're done, just put the cap back on the pen.
I did.
Okay, I'll take your card.
Yep.
We'll give it a second. Did you show them? Because I'll look away. There's cameras, but I don't want.
Want to look at it?
Okay, so we got
it.
Yeah.
People see it?
Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
We'll just pop it back in the deck. You just hold the pen for a minute.
All right.
And I'm going to find your card using just a little bit of heat from my fingertips.
See, I have such a strong aura, he'll be able to pick this out of there.
Sure, something like that. But if you look really close, you should see the deck start to heat up a little bit. And what should look like my fingers actually melting and almost like burning through the deck about halfway down to your card was.
Holy smokes, look at that.
That's it.
Hang
with
it right there.
with your fancy signature. Nice and big too, so we can see it.
Well, Dan, works. When they say your act is hot, they mean it. You burn through the cards. This is really good.
I've never heard that before.
This is great.
I might
I'm
start
sure you
using
have
that now.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations. Great to have you here. Pleasure to meet you. You can see more of Dan Sperry's amazing talent through Sunday at the Ordway. Check out KARE11.com. Look under the local section and the news at 4 for details.